12th part of when you fell for a dangerous man and your possessive best friend was obsessed with you. Author point of view. Jade, you have to come with us, Jan. He stated, without any emotions, while his eyes never leave your face. You did not like this man. Jimmy, she is not going anywhere. Jade passed him a curious look. Jade, I wonder what she got that all boys are fussing over her. His looks and words both were mocking. Jimin, mind your words, Jade. You are coming, Yan, right? She looked at Jimin and then at him. He did not seem a trustworthy guy. Jade, if you don't want to, then we have to use other ways. What? Will he drag you from here like you are a criminal? He stepped towards you and Jimin came in his way. James danced up at their confrontation. Jimin, touch her and I will break your hands again. His eyes blazing fire while he stood rigid. Jade grinned and passed you a look over Jimin's shoulder. Jade, she really is something. You stepped up when their hands went to their weapons. Jan, I will come with you. Jimin glared at you. Da, no one is going anywhere. Everyone's head jerked towards him. He was standing with his full height and ruffled hairs. All the events from yesterday flashed your mind, and emotions flooded out from your eyes. Yan Taehyung, you ran to him and without caring about anyone, threw your arms around him. The relief that rushed into you when his head engulfed you was priceless. He let out a sigh and hugged you tightly. A day passed without you, and that felt like years to him. You looked at him, but he didn't unfold his arms. Where have you been? He, your both eyes that were teary, and then your lip. Heat was running under your skin. That is what his touch always do to you. Jade, enough of this love scene. You tried to step back, but Taehyung attached your head with his chest, hiding you from evil eyes. Jade, murders are happening in the city. We need to proceed with the investigation. His voice full of irritation. Da, I will bring her later by myself. Your fingers clenched on his shirt's fabric, and he tightened his hold more. Jed looked at him for a few seconds. I will be waiting. James sighed in relief when he left with his team. Jimin, where were you last, man? He rushed to him and you stepped back. Da had some work. Jimin, what work? At least you should have tell us before disappearing like that. He was yelling in frustration. Taehyung went and stood on the high stool. He seemed tired. Jimin and James also took their places. You sat next to him. He pulled your stool near and snaked his arm around you. Da, any news about murder? James, nothing so far. Leela is also missing. Da, she contacted me before we lost her. Jimin, what? Da, she knows something about the murder. I was about to meet her, but before that she went missing. James, Jade thinks it's related to Jungkook. Taehyung noticed how you shivered at his name. Da, he can be, but he is not the murderer. James, then who? Nobody had the answer. Shan, yesterday when Jimin left, Niall visited me here. You were a little relaxed now, feelings harmless behind. Da, here? Jimin, how is that possible? Yan, he said he followed us. But how could he see this house? He was a human. Da, then he knew about us. Da, someone is spying on us. Will you take Yan to the teams? You looked up at Taehyung. I will think. Let's go. He stood and grabbed your wrist. Yan, where? To our room. You must have it here. The shine of his eyes skipped your heartbeat. Jimin's face hung boringly. You walked out with Taehyung. Taehyung followed you inside the room. It's quite overly luxurious. Passing a comment, he headed towards the bathroom. When he came back, his face was fresh. Da, let's lay down. Your heart pounded hard. Yan, shouldn't we find Leela? Da, they are trying. Until then, he gestured his head towards the bed and climbed over it. With slow, lazy steps, he took the other side. Yan, I don't feel like sleeping, Taehyung. Humor danced in his irises. Da, want me to do other things? He rose to your face. Yan, no, I mean, you gasped when he pulled you. Da, forget all the meanings. He snuggled, his warm breath hitting your. Yan, someone killed Mia and Nile. They were my best friends. I cannot take that easy. Your voice cracked. He sighed, but didn't pull himself back. We will sort that out. Yan, how? Da, later, Yan. His voice was heavier, as if he wanted to sleep. But you just woke up an hour ago, and now sleep was nowhere. You laid there, your muscles were stiff. Removing his arm, you left the bed. Your eyes fell on his jacket. He threw on the couch. Next moment, you were walking towards it. You didn't think much and picked it up. His scent hit your nostrils. Then you checked its pockets and they were empty. Da, what are you doing? You jumped. Looking at him, you put back the jacket. Embarrassment washed over your face. And Jan, you woke up. He left the bed, his gaze fixed on you. I asked you something. You found his tone quite strict. Come on. You breathed in sharply when suddenly he was near you. Da, you don't need to search through my things. Jan, it's not like I found what you have been hiding. His eyes narrowed as a dark look passed through them. Da, what have I been hiding? The air in the room was thicker, the tension filling it up. Jan, I don't want to discuss this now. You walked past him, but he pulled you back, your arm in his firm grip. Finish this, he demanded. You hated how suddenly the distant feelings were crawling inside you. His behavior changed, like he is some stranger. Jan, you left before any murder happened. Where did you go? His eyes flickering with darkness as his grip. You frayed your wrist. Jan, you will not tell me, right? You cannot stop keeping secrets from me. Why? You yelled, being annoyed and feeling left out. He breathed in and out. Don't overreact. Jan, overreact? You don't tell me what you do and what's going on when everything belongs to me. Then what else can I do than to check your things when you are hiding everything? Are you trying to justify your act? He hissed while leaning to you with his dominant height. Jan, I didn't do anything wrong. I anger surges through your veins when he opened the door and left. You sat down on the bed, falling your head in your hands. Jan, why is it so messed up? JK, it meant to be like this. You jolted up. Jungkook was sitting in the window. Who opened it? He stepped down and was now moving towards you. The last meeting with him shivered you to your core. He came in way when you intended to run towards the door. JK, don't shout. Their energy cannot overpower mine. Let's talk. Jan, you have no idea through what I went to. JK, because that was your wrong decision to run. You are safe with me only. He stopped a step away. His body had surrounded you. Jan, then was I supposed to stay here and let you control my mind, to warm your so that you can play with me? His eyes darkening, but he kept smiling. You wish to claw off that smile. JK, don't you want to know he is the murderer of your friends? JK, especially don't you want to stop this? Jan, are you? He shook his head. JK, not me, Jan. But I can tell you who. In fact, I can stop this too. Your heart was at the edge as you were standing near the man who played with you and can then do that again in this room, on this bed. JK, I can tell you if you come to me. No insistence this time, but I think you will not tell my brother about JK. You will choose to come, Jan. Never. You will. People are dying because of you, Jan. Your limbs frozen when he tilted his head and JK, missing you so much. Come soon. He looked at your face for a few moments and vanished through the window. To be continued. Thanks for watching. Love you all.